I think my value that's unique is that I've been on both sides of the recruiting wall. As a former high school teacher, I've also been a former college coach, recruiter in the admissions office, and a small college guy, which small college schools, you have to do a little bit of everything. And I think that my clients for the past 5 or 6 years would also tell you that having that ability to have knowledge on both sides of it can really give a unique perspective. And I think also when we communicate with admissions people, coaches, high school teachers, guidance counselors, since I've kind of been in both sides of the world, that gives me a unique perspective. For me, the most satisfying thing working with student athletes is just sharing the journey. The journey is really cool, and everybody has their own story and their own journey. That's what's truly satisfying. And then at the end of the day, having shared all that is when they make that final decision and know that I've had a chance to be a part of it, but it's the student athlete and the family who's totally vetted into this process. And then see them, change as they go and then make their dreams come true. That's the most satisfying thing. And then the last part of it that's really satisfying is that when they leave this office, they have life skills that will transition to themselves forever. I think the thing that we do guiding the students through this process is the first thing you got to do is you really got to get to know the students. So that's why this is never going to be a 1 or 2 meeting type thing. You really want to get to know them because they are living, changing beings through this process. And everybody starts at one point, but then they always transition into something else. So I think that my guidance part of it is the counseling. And I think counseling is the secret sauce that we do that you can't put on a website, that you can't put out to a college coach, that you can't find. Is that, as I jokingly say, of the 100+ kids I've worked with, everyone has cried in my office at least once, including the parents, by the way, going through this process. But I think that that's the special sauce, is the guidance. So how do we really do that? We first get to know the kids. We really focus on what's the academic portion of it, because you're one injury away from never playing again as a sport. So we really keep that focus on that academics. And then what we try to do is give it a realistic approach. What's a great fit for you? So the great fit for you could be anywhere in the country. We explore all the options that we can, and we really keep our focus on what we call our 6 boxes to success. So the 6 boxes to success are, first, the specific major, finding the right thing. So when they do their visits to really meet in a class or try to meet with a professor or really get vetted in the academics. The second one is, what's the right off-campus situation? You want to make sure that you're in an atmosphere that's right for you. The third one is, what's on campus for you? So on campus is, what is the best academic fit for you? Is it a school where you have 500, 600 kids in a biology class, or is it a school where you have 8 kids working in a lab? Number 4 is the geography. Obviously, we have 4,000 schools to pick from. What's the right fit for you geographically as far as area, but also what's the right fit for you off campus and what you're going to do nearby. The 5th one is the financial part. Of course, that always comes down to it, and how we help them through the process is picking the right type of school financially that fits with their family needs. And then lastly is the sport part of it, which basically means is, do you want to go to a situation where, one, you can either play more earlier? Do you want to go where you can be challenged more earlier? What's the right fit with the coach? I think that's a very important part of it, is that going through this process is you really have to understand that the whole coaching staff is who you really are going to be a part of, and that's going to be a mentor. So you want to make sure that's the right fit as well. And then lastly is, every coach can change, or you could get injured. So really make sure that you make the selection process based on the academic end of it, and then using your sport to get into that great academic situation.